Jesy Nelson of Little Mix has confessed that the internet bullying after her debut on The X Factor caused her to attempt suicide. The singer, 28, says in a new BBC Three documentary, Jesy Nelson, Odd One Out, that comments about her appearance left her so miserable that she just wanted to die. Welcome to our channel, HereLuxLife, and in this video we'll see Jesy Nelson reveal how Little Mix destroyed her. Stay tuned till the end as we give you all the details we know. In an honest and sad moment, Jesy recalls taking an overdose after the comments about her appearance got too much for her to endure. Jesy and her bandmates won the reality competition in 2011, quickly elevating them from unknowns to celebrities. The singer also investigates how the trolling affected her mother, sister, bandmates, and relationships in the documentary, as well as meeting ordinary people who shared Jesy their stories of being bullied online. The Fat Ugly One. Bullying started almost immediately after Jesy arrived on The X Factor. She was placed in the girl group with Perry Edwards, Jade Thirlwall, and Leanne Pinnock. Little Mix were on cloud nine when they were named the year's champions, according to Jesy. Her joy, however, was tarnished by trolls just hours after she won the event. I had about 101 Facebook messages in my inbox, and the first one that appeared was from some random male stating, "You are the ugliest thing I've ever seen. You do not deserve to be in this girl band. You are deserving of death." It was a terrible blow for Jesy, who hadn't experienced any issues with her body image before, to the onslaught of insults and hatred during her time on The X Factor. "It turned out to be the worst time of my life," she adds. "I wasn't simply recognized as one of Little Mix's singers, I was also known as the Fat Ugly One." The group returned to the show as guests in 2013. "This is never going to go away. I've dropped a lot of weight, and we were returning to X Factor to play our new track," she explains. Jesy claims that their performance was not her first priority this time. "All I care about was for people to notice me and remark, 'Oh, she looks wonderful.' I went a week without eating." However, the remarks persisted and Jesy claims her mental health spiraled out of control. "I thought to myself I could be the skinniest girl in the world, and this isn't going away," she recalls. "At that point, I became terribly depressed. Constant heartbreak." Jesy was unable to enjoy her early years in Little Mix due to bullying, despite the fact that performing was something she had always wanted to do. Jesy says she couldn't take any more negative comments on Twitter following her 2013 X Factor performance. "I was sitting in bed weeping, thinking this isn't going away. I'm going to be sad for the rest of my life, so what's the point of being here?" she recalls, wiping away her tears. "The only way I can express this sorrow is as if I were always devastated. I recall going to the kitchen and taking as many tablets as I could. Then my ex-boyfriend, who was with me at the time, awoke and asked, 'Why are you crying?' 'I just want to die,' I kept saying." Jesy was transported to the hospital and was not left with any issues as a result of her attempted suicide. "Living my dream but hating it." Separate from the documentary, Jesy spoke to BBC Three about the process of making it. "It was such a strange sensation to be living your dream but hating it at the same time," she adds, recalling a moment when she was depressed and healing with her newfound celebrity with Little Mix. As a result, she tried to conceal her dissatisfaction. "I didn't want to irate people or be perceived as a diva," she says. "That's how I imagined it would be seen if I became agitated. So I said, okay, I'll just ignore this. It was the worst mistake I could have made." She claims that whenever she showed any signs of being unhappy, the trolls became even more cruel. "It was almost as though the more people who knew how much it touched me, the more they wanted to do it." But 8 years after the bullying began, she feels much stronger and has changed her perspective on people behind the attacks. "Back then, I just believed everyone despised me," she recalls. "But in reality, they're doing it because they're self-conscious. So now when I see trolls being mean, I feel sad for them. The only explanation I can think of is that being rude makes people feel better about themselves. I wish I had had the mindset to think like that back then." She confesses that the insults made it difficult for her to fulfill her obligations as a member of Little Mix. I'd leave a photo shoot halfway through because I couldn't stand looking at myself or being in front of a camera. I used to be ashamed of myself, she explains, and if the stylist didn't get the appropriate size for me by accident, I'd have a meltdown and think, it's not only because I've got the wrong size clothing, it's because I'm too large to be in them, she says. Jesy has stopped using Twitter and claims to be a lot psychologically stronger and happy. As a result, she claims one of her goals for creating the show was to try to help others. I'm a completely different person today, she says, a lot happier and mentally stronger. I really wanted to produce this because as bad as it was for me, I wanted something positive to come out of it. I have this massive platform, why wouldn't I use it to raise awareness about how social media affects people? Little Mix were once one of the most close-knit female bands in history, with 4 girls becoming the closest friends after being placed in the same group on the X Factor in 2011. While other pop bands were plagued by accusations of infighting, Leanne Pinnock, Perry Edwards, Jade Thirlwall, and Jesy Nelson appeared to be the real deal, traveling on vacation together in their leisure time, chuckling their way through interviews and defending each other whenever necessary. When Perry, 28, announced her divorce from fiancé Zayn Malik in 2016, she burst into tears during a live performance, and her bandmates rushed to her side to hug her. Leanne, 30, stated that year of their friendship, we've developed into not only best friends but sisters, and we'll always have each other's backs. I think we're incredibly lucky in that we all have the same vision as a group, Jade, 28, said in 2018. There is no ego, you know. Nobody's trying to outdo each other. We sincerely care about one another. However, rumors of conflict began to circulate last year when Jesy, 30, missed a string of shows before announcing her departure from the band in December 2020. Jesy and the girls hadn't communicated in a long time in May of this year, with Jesy revealing earlier this month that for the time being, we just don't talk. The solo singer has been vocal about her issues with mental health as a result of years of online bullying and being referred to as the fat, ugly one, which made her feel inferior to her colleagues. In her 2019 BBC documentary Odd One Out, she confessed that after a performance one night in 2013, it became too much for her, and she ingested a bottle of pills. And just as Jesy released her debut solo single Boys, starring Nicki Minaj, the conflict took a dramatic turn for the worse last week. According to a series of allegedly leaked direct messages between Leanne and TikTok star Nohun, Leanne reportedly called Jesy a horrible person and said she'd blocked her former bandmates on Instagram. In her song video, she also accused Jesy of blackfishing, which refers to a white person copying the look and style of a black person in order to advance their career. In response to the criticism, which was mirrored by other fans, Jesy stated that she was very wounded, but Jesy's new friend Nicki fueled the flames by declaring Leanne was jealous and insecure and calling her a fucking clown. Days later, Perry perhaps ironically commented on a Little Mix Instagram photo of the band as a trio, writing, "The perfect trio." And with that being said, it's time to end our video. What do you think about this situation? Do you think Little Mix is responsible for Jesy Nelson's condition? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.